Hey guys, Cody Menz here. I have another WoT's new video for you today, and it's actually kind of a strange one. Since my last video, there's literally been like no news, no super test news, no news from Wargaming like special events or anything. It's kind of strange. There might be something announced today, they might be holding it back because of the WoT's new video and also announcing something, just before the weekend from them. However, there's not really been much happening. We have the new battle pass coming up, whether it starts Friday here or next week. We also have tank rewards that start it. Steel Hunter is still a couple of weeks away, and we haven't really heard a peep about the Halloween event that's coming up. That they said was coming since they didn't get that out last year. And rank battles are still far ways off. The next patch that's going to be coming, we haven't heard like any peeps on like super test or like public patch notes and stuff for that. Like I'm assuming it's going to come next week. Like that would kind of be in line, because if not, they're going to be looking at a pretty far away patch date. We're getting into October here, with where the patch would come out if they start testing it now. And in that patch, most likely we're going to see, Chinese medium tank buffs, E50 M-line buffs, also Object 140 buff. I think a small nerf to the Leopard prototype, maybe even the Leopard 1. And on top of that, most likely a Minsk and Empire's border rework as well. But, we don't really know too much. This is the first video where between videos, I've literally not seen anything pop up that's kind of worthwhile to mention. Obviously they're holding something back. I think they'll have a surprise for us. Who knows? Like maybe after Steel Hunter, and between that and we have holiday ops and yeah, like I guess the Halloween event that they said was going to come earlier this year. They kind of said it was going to be ready. But it's just strange. So I have a question for you guys, since there's not really anything to cover in this video. Kind of thinking of, we have this new equipment system now. You kind of scroll through here and you have like different firepower, survivability. There's only a 4 here, some mobility and some vision stuff. Come up with, what do you guys think like they could add into the game as far as like new pieces of equipment? Obviously they're probably going to tweak and rebalance some pieces of equipment already in the game if some's performing too well or not, not too well. But, throw in the comments what you would like to see. I came up with a few myself that I think could be pretty interesting here. So as far as equipment ideas, so one was, and I was kind of spitballing this on my live stream, so like an improved gun breach, I called it, and this would go into the firepower and survivability slot. Survivability because honestly it would give heavy something to use, since they kind of get shafted with that bonus spot. If you're playing like a flexible heavy, where if you put it in there, you get an extra degree of gun depression, 2 degrees of gun elevation. And the standard slot, you get a half a degree of gun depression and 1 degree of gun elevation. Might honestly be a little too good if you think about it, but if you're like equipping something, say, I don't know, like a T-125, and you put this in the bonus spot, you're giving up like a bonus piece of vents or a bonus piece of something else, and then you have like a gun rammer, but then you put optics, you put like a vertical stabilizer, so you are giving up like a piece of useful equipment. And then otherwise, I came up with enhanced shell aerodynamics, I don't know what else to call it, where bonus spot, it would go into firepower, enhance the shell velocity, so like 15%. 10% for the standard slot. I think that would be, it seems like a lot, but if you think about it, like you are giving up another piece of equipment, like a rammer, vents, optics, so it has to be like good enough to actually make it worthwhile. But, and there's also one, this is probably one where people are gonna be like, oh my god, like what are you doing, that's so ridiculous. I think it would be interesting. I don't know though, like I think this could be completely broken. I called it like Endeavor, where in the bonus spot for survivability, again something for like heavy tanks, you have like an 80% chance of, if you were going to die, if someone hit you with an AP, APCR heat round, it only works once per battle. instead of dying at 0 HP, it rolls you at 1 HP. I could see some people getting really pissed at this, and like even that I mentioned this, but you know, it could be something pretty unique to where, like, is it worth it? Because it's like it's not 100%, and it might allow you to get off one extra shot, or you might not even get an extra shot at all. So, like, is that even like, is it broken? Is it worth that piece of equipment? I don't know. And then like if it's in the standard slot, so this kind of prevents non-heavy tanks from using it, because like it, you know, are you really going to take this piece of equipment and only have a 60% chance of this working? And like I left out HE rounds here because, you know, as an SPG, or if you're in a tank that you have an HE shell and there's only a little bit of HP left, you knock that tank out, this doesn't even work at all. Only AP, APCR, and heat. And it's not like you could jump off a cliff, kill yourself, and you don't die. So it kind of prevents trolling in that way, or, you know, basically bugs. But I think it would be interesting because, like, say if you put this Type 5 heavy or something, you have Endeavor into one slot. And then, you know, your other two slots, like, you have a rammer, I guess. Maybe another piece of, like, the survivability improved hardening. Or, you know, do you put optics for stabilizer? You know, you are giving up something again, where at first, like, it might seem like broken, which it's definitely unrealistic, except for, like, you can, you know, I guess in a way, like, maybe one last crew member survived and, you know, he fights it out at the very end or something. You can think of it that way. But in any event, let me know your, you know, thoughts in the comment section, and if you have any ideas, you know, pop them in there. Let me know your ideas, and also like what bonus spot it would go into, because that has a big you know, reasoning behind why I'm doing this, because there's honestly not that many survivability things that are, you know, just like adding on, like, you know, enhancing your like repair speed and your HP and like med kits and stuff like that, to where I was trying to think of something a little bit different, you know. But in any event, let me know in the comment section below, and I'll see you guys next week. Have a good one, and see you around.